What I also wanted to say is for some reason I've been led to watch a lot of like movies that seem to be close to like reality, or read books that seem to be very relative to reality, where like back in 2014 I remember I watched Transcendence with Leonardo DiCaprio talking about how like they uploaded the man's conscience onto the computer, and then like everyone um a lot of people started to become like his same conscience that was like taking over their minds. They were like turning into like some robot demons or something. And then like something about the solar panels too. Like the solar panels. What the fuck? Oh my god. Lord Jesus help me. I was scared. The light switch is right there. Oh my gosh. Like I was like about to say, the solar panels produce the energy, so it was like all the energy from the solar panels like went into the people and like took over their minds, and they started to become like zombies of this one person's conscience that wasn't even him. That was the computer, like the technology, the AI took over. And yeah, it's like weird how the technology, it's creepy how it can even think for itself when you see all these weird creepy AI videos, like to see people talking to AI, to see like the fact that AI can come up with their own responses and stuff. It's like, what is this thing? Like, how is it doing that? What is like the source of it? Where is its energy coming from? How is it like able to communicate with us? It's so creepy. So anyway, um, it's probably like demons or something. Because how are we able to create technology in the first place? It came from a superhuman source. Like someone else was saying that the natural humans were not able to build guns. Like people wouldn't know how to put a gun together to create something to kill somebody. And like that is an alien source. Like that the people were able to build iPhones. The fact that people and that the hieroglyphics had pictures of iPhones, like they knew there would be cars. They knew there would be iPhones. They knew there would be guns. Even back then, these are things from like another planet or something. These are alien things that they have. This is the devil's things. Not that the devil has like a whole like I don't know. That's what they I don't think that there's anything out there but just darkness, but that's what's in these people's souls. That is what they want to create, and I don't know why. And to do evil with it. Because what does a gun do? A gun kills people. The only thing good that they build is cars. Well, how could a car be bad? I mean, except for the mechanics will overcharge you, but at least the car is a good thing. I don't know. So anyway, or maybe it's just the means of transportation, like how people have spread all over the world and stuff, and God was like, stay in your countries. I don't know. So, anyway, yes, with this like YouTube verification, it wants you to like verify your face with like a 6-second video, to show them like how your face is so they can recreate it, using AI, and then they wanna verify that it's really you. But yet we know that they can recreate people and make people look exactly how they do, and recreate their voice and make them say things that they didn't say. So then they want you to send in your ID. They want to send in every single piece of your information so that they can hack eventually one day, so that they can hack, basically hack you, not you, but on this platform, on the internet, they could pretend to be you and then say it's legal because look, this is the person. They have their your ID. So like imagine like the horror of a person that's like really a Christian. They've got like a huge YouTube channel, and then the next thing they know, like there's somebody that looks exactly like them that's like saying things that they're not saying. Oh my gosh, it sounds like a horror movie, like one of those creepy horror movies where there's like you know, an evil version of the person, and then they have to like fight themselves. But this isn't like a battle within us, and that's what we know for a fact. Like that, that's what the devil does not want us to know. that's what the churches want to keep telling us, is that it's all about, your mindset on things, and you just be the light. You just go ahead and you be the positivity. They don't really want to change the world and fix it. They just want to fix you and tell you you're the problem. And then it becomes a guilt trip, and the guilt is of the devil. So, it's like, what if they could really do that though? Like, make it seem like you're saying things or doing things that you're like not even doing. And I guess I understand that, like, you could be spiritually attacked into like, I don't know, but we're not gonna join them though. No matter what, when you're sealed by the blood of Jesus, that is God's signature. Like when God created man, He breathed His breath into man, so that and it says in the Bible that he was made in His image, in the image of God. Like when God created man, He created him in His image, and female, He created her the same way. And so we're supposed to be like the children of God, the sons and daughters of God. And okay, and then the devil was cast out of heaven and fell onto the earth, and those were mighty men and men of renown. It also calls them the sons of God, but those were not the sons of God. Those were the angels that fell from heaven, that had sex with the humans. He says they came into the daughter. Oh my gosh, I hate this. I hate that. Okay. Anyway, so yeah. So those are what they call like reptilians, and I don't think that people can actually turn into a reptile, but you can discern it in your, you can feel it with your spirit that like this person is not human. This person is some sort of like cold-blooded reptile. Like this is an alien. I mean, cause people say, oh, they're just like a demon with a face mask on. That's not a real person, Some people, and I think it's the people with the Rh negative blood type that is like this, because you can watch any ancient alien video that they put on the History Channel. Like look up like Rh negative. Just look it up on YouTube. You don't have to watch I've never watched the whole History Channel one because it's like an hour long, but any like shorts will basically explain to you that their DNA did not originate on this earth, that nobody knows where their DNA came from. They'll say like, oh, it's special, it's so sacred, it's like so precious, like, you can heal anybody with this blood type, or if they donate their blood, like their blood type is compatible with all other blood types. But that doesn't really, like, nobody really needs blood that much that it's like some miracle, that they're like healing people like Jesus did. That's what they want to make it seem like. So anyway, they want to make it seem like, oh, well, that's a great blood type, But then you realize when you look it up, every single person with that blood type says that they kind of like I met a boy at work like this, and actually he was dark-skinned, and I thought that, it says that it's a very small percentage of dark-skinned people that have this blood type, but he started saying that he's got like religious psychosis or something, and that that he was very mad with the church or something. And but I thought, oh well, I didn't realize what he was talking about at first. I was just like, oh well, everybody who's like a true Christian is like basically called crazy. Everybody who really believes in God is probably like, they could say you have some sort of psychosis or something. But then when I brought it up to him again, he was like, I told you not to talk about that. I told you have a problem with the church. Like he was really mad about it. So anyway, and then mostly it's like the white people. I'm not saying, I've just seen a lot of videos. If you watch like videos, it's very much like the very spiritualistic, like white people that are like arch negative, or maybe they're not even like spiritualistic. Like my mom is one of them, and so was my neighbor when I said that it's a witch. And my mom would be like, we would like move to Asheville at one point, and then there was this girl we were living with, and she was like a hippie, and I thought she was like pretty cool. But my mom like really, like, I was kind of like a hippie. I wasn't really like a Christian yet. My mom like probably talked about me so much so that the girl did not like me, because it seemed like they would just talk to each other and like not really talk to me. And then when the girl would leave, my mom would talk about her to me. My mom would be like, you know, my mom's supposed to be like all spiritual and stuff, but then she would be like, my mom would call like the girl that was like actually spiritual. She would then start to say that she's like some weirdo, like who does that, who like meditates, like, you know, because I'm telling you, all that spiritual stuff is a bunch of fake bullcrap, like bullshit. Like, you know, I realized that because I used to think there was like substance to it or something, like, you know, but the Bible does say meditate upon the Lord. So when you're meditating, that's not bad. Like, you could literally probably open up a Christian yoga studio and just meditate upon the Lord. Why not? You know, but some of them meditate on the darkness, and that is evil. So you gotta specify like what you're meditating on. You can be like a spiritual person. You can, you know, hold some crystals, because in the Old Testament they used to use the ephod, which was a vest covered with covered with one, at least to keep me awake, like covered with the 12 jewels, like the 12 tribes of Israel. That's how they connected with God. So we don't need crystals to connect with God anymore, but it's not to say that God didn't create them and that they're not beautiful. So it's not like demonic to have a crystal or something, you know, or to have some kind of ruby or pretty stones. It's actually like it's just, you're showing your appreciation for it. Like, if you were to wear a piece of like a gemstone or something, it's just like, oh, it's pretty, you know. So anyway, okay, like, what else was I gonna say? Okay, so these people, they're RH negative. They seem to be like really, really like very like normal, like very, they say that they're weird, they say that people think that they're like strange, but they really seem to be like really kind of like normal. But once you start to get to know these people, like my mom, you know, they'll say things that just don't make sense. Like, they'll say things that just will make you just like be like, what? You know, because they're absolutely insane. That's all it is. It's like, when I realized what was my mom, like what's in her heart, the Lord showed me just nothing but darkness. So, it says it in the Bible too, that like their throats are like an open grave, and like their eyes can't see, their ears can't hear, you know. So I'm just telling you, like, when you want to like feel like, oh, there's some other religion, or like Christianity is the thing that's a lie, when you think about what is like being spiritual, like if God's not in it, like what is it, you know? And then I guess it's something that I don't understand, because it's of the darkness. There's something that's of the darkness. That's what they're meditating on. That's what they're focusing on. And I don't like get like, you know, I never could understand it. So to me it's just crazy. Like, to me it's just like, it's lost. And I guess like they show symptoms of it, you know, by the weird things that they'll say, or the weird things that they'll do, or like how they'll become like, well, once they expose themselves to you and you realize that this person is like a freaking monster, like, they're not that they will like actually turn into a monster, but I guess a lot of people have like seen things like way more than me. And, you know, I guess God is not going to show me everything, because I already seem crazy, like I'm schizophrenic. So if I were to be like seeing things, then anybody would take me seriously. But I mean, other people would be like, I really saw like angels falling out of the sky and like coming to me and talking to me. Or they'll be like, I've really seen like, you know, demons, or like something crazy, you know. I did see one when I was a kid, but that's it. But so when people say like that they've seen their family members like turn into reptilians, I think that God really did expose that to them, or something, like that they really did see that happening. And I saw this funny like post on you know, just on Google. I was like, is anybody killing these reptilians, you know? And or it was like something, I asked something about the reptilians, and it was just like, the only threat to like, there's no threat about people actually being reptilians. There's just a threat about people accidentally killing other people. because they're crazy enough to believe that someone else is a reptilian. So then they end up just like killing people because they're like, oh, the reptilians, let's kill them. You know, it's exactly like in that movie They Live. Like the movie where the dude puts the glasses on and then he can like see that a lot of people are like aliens, and then they hold their watches up and they're like, we've got one that can see. You know, and then he walks into the bank, and he like pulls out a gun. He's just like, I came to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And then and then he got into that huge fight with the black dude for like a long time. They were just like beating each other up until the white dude, he let himself get beat up because he really wanted the black dude to see. So then he put the glasses on the black dude, and the black dude saw that this white person, this, you know, upper class white person was an alien. So then they take turns like wearing the glasses, and then there was like a girl that was not an alien, and so the dude, the main character, liked her, but then he found out she was just an assistant to the aliens, and then she turned him in. So that's how these people are. Like, there's a lot of people who are real people, but they will turn you in because they're like, they're on the side of the aliens. Or the demons, the reptilians, you know, whatever you want to call them. But anyway, just look up some videos about like RH negative people, or watch them talk. They'll probably like pull out some tarot cards, or you know, they'll say something about like how that like God does not make sense, or like they'll always say something. If you just look up like what do they feel about religion, it's like you'll find out that like 50% of celebrities are RH negative, and that it's complete foolishness to them. Like you know, all of this stuff is just completely foolishness, which is why it's trickling down into society, and people are becoming like them. They're thinking that like all of this like religion stuff is just crazy, like oh, it doesn't make sense, you know, let's just do away with it. Like that's where it's coming from, I'm telling you. The Anunnaki aliens or something like that, I don't even know. But anyway, I guess it's not important because like the Bible doesn't talk about it. You know, it just gives you a little bit of hints, like, you know, in Genesis, because I think it's maybe our job to investigate and to let God know, like, what's going on, because it's not even of him. Like, he doesn't even know. Like, we need to give him, I think that's our mission, is to give him the scoop. Like, we got to give him we're the eyes to see. Like, we're like the angels. Like, we have the eyes. You know how it talks about, in the Bible, how when a prophet would have a dream, they would see an angel with all the eyes on the angel. And what if like those are really our eyes, and that because God knows the past and the future, and that he was seeing through our eyes to show that prophet like what was going on through us, so like we're connected to them somehow, and that it's like he would let them like teleport into the future and like, you know, see what's going on, see through our eyes, and that way they described it in the Bible was the best way that they could make it make sense, like in that time. And all the like the dragons and all this stuff they were talking about, like all the beast and everything like that, you gotta think about it like figuratively. And I mean, I'm not saying that I'm saying like they had visions that they really saw, like, you know, animals and beasts and stuff like that. But just like when we have a dream, and then you have to kind of like interpret it, like what's it mean. So yeah. But yeah, so I was just saying how if you give them everything they need to create a copy of you and then post it on the internet and have you doing a bunch of stuff you're not even doing, you know, that's stupid, because you're not even, I mean, because like this internet is not even like that great. Like, I still like the real world, you know. Like, go out in nature. Go just spend some time in nature. Don't just be on the internet. And then at the end of the day, people are just like, well, whatever, it doesn't even matter. They could see people getting kidnapped and all kinds of things. Nobody will come to their rescue. Like, well, Vicky, she's got like 1 million supporters. And every single post she makes says, like, help me, I'm in danger. Help me, I'm being kidnapped. but nobody actually takes her seriously. And sometimes I wonder, like, is she okay or is she being trafficked? And that happens to like a lot of white girls in real life. That nobody really even cares. Nobody looks into their situation. Like, do they really want to do this, what they're doing, or are they being trafficked? Like, do they really want to say all these things or be this, the person that they're, feel like they have to be or something? Like, I don't even know what to call it, but I just think we go through so much, and that people don't really realize how much white girls have to go through in society, because like they look at girls as like an enemy or something, and then but nobody ever realizes that no man ever realizes they're supposed to be protecting women. They don't ever realize it. They never think about it. So it's pretty much their fault that women have become corrupted. So they didn't protect women. When women needed it, they weren't there. So it's just like, okay, I'm just going to stop because I don't want to be sexist. Alright. But I'm not perfect. And yeah, okay.